Hello everybody, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to watch this quick little video. I've put together all of the important information that I would typically cover on curriculum night so that you can hear it beforehand and come prepared with any questions that you may not have. So let's get started. The first thing is what I teach. So I am teaching your child Pre-AP Algebra 1 this year. This is a high school level course, so remember that this grade that they earn both in the fall semester and in the spring semester will count towards their high school GPA. I'm also the math coach here on campus, so I spend a lot of time in other classrooms and working with other teachers. This year, all of the important information for this class will be found in Blackboard. We're no longer using Edmodo as we are going one-to-one with our iPads at the beginning of October. So you can find announcements, you can find the videos that the kids will be watching, you can find activities that we do in class, study guides, anything that I want the learners to have access to, I will be placing in Blackboard. The username and password for your learner is the exact same username and password that they use for everything else at school. I am an extremely organized person and try to teach this skill to all of the learners in my class. One way that I do that is by having an agenda on my big whiteboard in my classroom. So I have every day, Monday through Friday, outlined with what we're doing in class as well as what they are expected to complete at home if there is something for that night. I will also keep a detailed agenda posted on the Blackboard calendar, and that way, whether your child is at home or at school, they will know what is expected of them. This is also the best way to keep track of things if your child gets sick or has to be out of town for some circumstance. Keep up to date with what's going on in the class through Blackboard. We will use the Holt Algebra 1 textbook this year. We don't dig into it often, but I want you to know that it is available for you and for your learners to turn to if they need additional practice problems or additional examples to look at. There is online access to this book at the website, which is my.hrw.com. The username and password has to be reset each year, and I have not been able to get that yet. But as soon as I receive that information, I will pass it on to your learners as well as post it onto my Blackboard site. That way, throughout the entire school year, at any time that your learner wants to go check out what the textbook website has available to them, they will use that username and password and access it. Also, they have the option of checking out a hardback book through the bookstore here at North. I want you to know this is extremely important that I utilize the flipped classroom method in my class almost on a daily basis, meaning what your child typically has done at home in a math class is not what they're going to be doing at home anymore. They will be watching videos of myself teaching the lesson. I try to keep these videos under about 8 minutes, and that will teach the lesson so that the learners can come in the next day with direct questions to ask me, and we use the rest of the class time that is not being spent by me lecturing rather to practice the problems that were taught, to really get into some exciting inquiry-based lessons, to do group projects, and to really just be able to communicate with one another about the topic as opposed to sitting there and just listening to me lecture them on whatever it is we're covering. So most of the time when your child has homework for my class, it will be to watch a short video and to take notes in their journal on the topics. If your learner needs some extra tutoring. Now, the great thing about flipped classroom is that I am able to spend so much time one-on-one with the learners if they need that extra help that tutoring shouldn't really be a huge thing in this class. However, there always is the time when we maybe need just a little bit more help than what's available in class, and that will take place Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 7 o'clock. Because of athletics and so many of my learners having athletics after school, I do my tutoring always in the morning at 7. There is a pass posted on my Blackboard website that the learners can pull up either on their cell phone or print out and have to show to the front door person in order to get through the gate early in the morning. Now, grades in this class, we all know we want to make A's since this is a high school level course, so how do we make that A? Your grade will be comprised of level 1 grades and level 2 grades. Level 1 are simply the daily assignments, the quizzes, things like that, whereas a level 2 would be more of a summative assessment or a project or something that requires a lot more of that higher level thinking. We will usually have about 4 to 6 level 1 grades per 6 weeks, and at least I try to always do 2 level 2 grades. Level 1 is 40% of the grade, and the assessments and major projects are level 2, which is 60% of the grade. Should your child make below a 70% on a major assessment, there's always that option to reassess. The highest grade that is possible is a 70%. So if your learner makes over a 70%, then there's no raising that grade any higher. However, if they make below a 70, after he or she attends mandatory tutorials with me, they will have the option to reassess and earn up to that 70%. This option is available again on major assessments. We will be using graphing calculators in class almost every day this year. The calculator that we will be using is called the Casio Prism, and it is the color version. I have the name written out there on the screen, the FX-CG10, that's printed on the calculator, but it goes by just Casio Prism. This is the calculator that both New Tech and CHS both use, so I've told your learners in class it would be a great investment to go ahead and make right now, because the calculators, while I do have some available to use in class, can never be taken outside of my room. So it's great to have that calculator at home when you need extra practice or to follow along with the videos, and you will be using this calculator this year and the rest of your time in high school and whatever math classes you may take in college. So it's a great investment, can be purchased at Staples or Office Depot or Target, a store like that. I think they're around $100. Finally, if you ever have any questions or concern, I have my email posted on the screen there. I am always wanting to help out in whatever ways that I can, so you might want to jot my email down and let me know any questions or concerns that you have. It has truly been a wonderful week. I've enjoyed so much having each and every one of your learners in class. We've done some fun scavenger hunts and fun get-to-know-you activities. I'm working on memorizing all of their names and what each and every one of their individual interests are. They've made me laugh, they've made me smile, and really it's been a great week. So thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you Tuesday at Curriculum Night. Bye-bye.